Alright guys, how's it going today? So we got the Tahoe out. It's got the check engine light on, of course, but I think it's just a sensor because it runs fine. So maybe it has something to do with the emissions, or not the emissions, but the clean burning crap. I guess which is kind of emissions, but it's probably just for its. Probably can't sense a cylinder or something, and it's not firing on them cylinders anyway, because it only tends to run on a couple. But this video is going to be just kind of a rant video. I finally got out in the, well, not out in the field, but on top of the dike yesterday, which would have been a Saturday. And I noticed that there's been some trespassing going on. It's only in a corner of our land, which is still trespassing no matter how you look at it, but I call it a super highway. I think I did a video a couple of years ago on another super highway, but they were actually going through the whole thing. This is just in a little corner. Now every now and then there has been somebody going through the field, but it looks like they haven't done it in quite a while. But it's so like, oh, I mean, I took a couple pictures of them. I'll stick them on here, and you guys can take a look for yourselves. But you'll see it'll probably be hard to see in the picture, but on the kind of on the right side of those pictures, the closest to the bridge anyway, you'll see my no trespassing sign, which is very faint to see. You know, but if you zoom in some, you can see it. But they were going, you know, well, the way I was standing at it, it'd be to my left. But if you're coming from the bridgeway, or, you know, that way, it'd be to your right. So they're going to the left or the right of my sign, depending on how you're standing there. So, but they're going inside my land. Now, I know you guys are going to be like, well, what's the big deal? It's only at the corner. It's like, well, it's still the fact that they're trespassing. And it's being used as a, I call it a super highway because it's very active there. Now, it looks like it hasn't been used in probably about a good week or two. Given how, driving needs to be cleaned. Given how, you know, any snow that has fallen has kind of, you know, kind of, it hasn't covered it up, but it's not, you know, you can tell it's not being used anymore, but it'll be used, I'm sure, again soon. But it's just, yeah, I'm not going to be able to go down there with the four-wheeler. I'm already spinning out. But I'm gonna have to back up some. But yeah, I went through. I went up here with Big Red because Big Red's the only thing that can go through a little bit of snow. And see, the thing is too, I don't understand it. It's got to be North Dakota. There could be people coming from Minnesota going over to North Dakota, but they go across my land. But then they go through this guy's field too. And I know this field here belongs to a brethren, you know, a cult member. They farm some ground as well. Not all of them do it, but some of them do it. And I don't know how they would feel about having somebody going across their land, but I think they're just type of people, they don't give a fuck. Given the details of when I went through when they were caught on my land, and I chewed their asses out. So, kind of shows, you know, they're not going to care about that. So, see, they used to go along the woods. But that was back kind of when they had signs up. I think they got permission from the DNR. I believe they're the ones that are supposed to put signs up, but I think if you get permission from them, you can do it yourself too. But that, because see, what they got going on was they had that snowcat trail Okay, that's where you can legally ride snowcats all winter long, as the machines are insured, or they have the sticker on it or whatever. That's what you can go on. But they had a sign up and they had it pointing to have them go through our field, and I think that's why we had such heavy traffic there. But then it kind of seems like ever since then we had that fixed, we've had less traffic. But we're still getting some every now and then, but it's not like it used to be. It definitely has calmed down a little bit, but they're doing it again now in the corner. And I think it's only during the weekends or late evenings when they're out, and I'm not going to sit here all fucking day, burning fuel trying to see who's coming, I mean, for the most part, you can see that they stay on top of the dike here, but down there, they go down there, and I don't know where they go. They kind of go along the bridge, and then then their tracks just disappear because I can't go that far down there. So I'm guessing they go down into the river and then they go back to North Dakota. So I don't know why you can't do it fucking down there, where the actual trail is actually legally at. This is all private property, and it's so stupid too because they blow right through the signs. They know that they're there, but they're still continuing to do it. And last year it was all right. There wasn't much for traffic. I mean, there was a few. Again, you do get the oddball, where it's maybe once or twice a year that you'll see somebody actually down here. That's kind of how it was last year. But now it's like I said, it's like a super highway over there. So I'm not really sure what's going on, but I'm pretty sure it's got to do with those people again. But it could be also people from. But see, the thing is too is that that's not a trail. There is no snowcat trail there. It's all private property on both sides of the dike. The dike, the very top of it is public, obviously. So they're not breaking any laws by being on top of the dike. It's just when you dip into our land, it becomes an issue. And they know where my property ends and starts and yada yada yada. I got fucking signs up everywhere, and I'm still thinking of putting up more. Not that it's going to really do any good, but it's that if I have to take this to the cops or whatever, there's more evidence to prove that we are doing things that we are legally allowed to do to keep people off. So I would like to go back to the Western days when it was shotgun to the face, and that was the end of it. That was the end of our problems. But maybe it should go back that way. That would fix a lot of problems. People would learn a lot of things the hard way. But these people over here, they're so brain dead that they don't understand anything. That's why when I started, telling these people to stay the hell off my land, they were putting up a fight. They were bullying, harassing me, sicking their dogs on my cats, that kind of shit. It's just harassment and bullying at that point. But see, the thing is that they were getting pissed off that I was defending my land and telling people to stay the fuck off. And the problem that they have is they don't like the word no. They don't want to accept it. Well, see, that's a lack of brain cells and a huge lack of respect to a landowner. Now, I get that our farm's nothing special. It's not like a 1,000,000-acre farm. It's just to these guys, it's just a chunk of land. It's just open land to them. But it's in reality, it's a ranch. It's hay ground here, and it's mine. It belongs to the family. And so, I mean, but what I'm getting to is that there's no respect. And then people, when I was getting into debates with them all the time, fighting with them, they're telling me to get out of the house more, go hang out with people. I would, but the thing is, I can't hang out with these people here on North Dakota side. I can't do it because they have no respect for me, so therefore I cannot dish it out. Now, yes, there is getting to be some less traffic, but even when you do stuff like that, it's irritating. And they know how to do it. They're figuring it out. They're figuring out how to piss me off just enough without having to go across the whole entire field. They know that they can just go into a little corner and trespass, and it's still, I mean, yeah, it's still technically trespassing, but what they're doing is they're just trying to get under my skin, you know. But what they don't understand is that, see, what they want from me is they want me to bow down to them. They want me to kiss their ass. That's not going to happen. You know, I can't like these people. I can't be friends with these people if they're not going to show me the kind of respect that I demand. Okay, and all I ask is you stay off my fucking land. I mean, how hard is that? Give me some fucking respect, but you guys don't have any to give. Because it's, again, it's poor parenting on their end. The parents did not teach these kids how to respect others' land. Now, if I went over to your land, drove my four-wheeler over your grass, or, you know, or snowcat, or my Blazer for that matter, you guys would be calling the cops. You guys would be coming after me saying, "Stay the fuck off my land." But I can't do that, though. I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to put down this town. I'm not allowed to put down this town. I'm not allowed to do this. I'm not allowed to do that. I can't go on YouTube and rant about how a company shits, you know, they suck. But deep down, you guys know. You guys know that they suck. But see, again, you guys are all fuck buds, and that's just the way it works. But, you know, you're not going to get any respect or any likeness out of me if you're not giving it back. If you're not dishing it out. You know. So, there's no reason to be going across even just that little corner of the property. There's no sense. And you got one track here, which I'm sure I've already shown the picture. He was about halfway through the big square field. You know, that's just done out of ignorance. You know, it's just because they don't care. They want me to respect them. Well, I can't, because you're not giving it to me. You know, it's just like there's no. You know, and these people too, they sit there and they talk behind your back. You could go give them a story about what you did today, and they would go turn around and make it sound horrible. You know, they'd make it sound like, oh, well, this guy's doing this and doing that, and it's not right. So this freaking clock fell off. I gotta re-glue that. So, you know, to tell me to get the hell out of the house, you know, and go hang out with people, or, you know, or get to know these people, I can't, because they're not showing, you know, that level of respect. You know, I don't go driving all over your land, you know, so why are you doing it to me? Well, that's just because you guys can't stand the word no. And that's just, it's sad on so many levels, because you can't respect a man's wishes. You know, or demands. Yeah, I'm demanding you to stay off my land, but that's because it's my land. You don't have no reason to be here. It's not your property. You don't pay the land taxes here. You don't do anything. I'm the one that comes out here every day, you know, cleans it up, gets rid of all the tree branches and shit from the flood. I always, you know, I'm the one that basically maintains it. You know, now, yes, the young guy and his kids, they come over here, they cut the hay for us, yada, yada, yada. You know, they don't have to, but that's because his dad did it, and, you know, he's just trying to help us to keep our business afloat. Would I like to have our own equipment? Sure. But until I get more cattle coming in and other stuff, you know, it's going to take time. You know, and the only reason why this started, you know, originally too, was because when the great-grandparents retired, they let people on this land. See, now, I bet you back then, when the great-grandparents ran this land, you know, or owned it, people were not coming on here. You know, they stayed off, because there was a level of respect there. But, of course, you know, as we're getting into this fucked up world now, nobody respects anybody. And that's, you know, it's sad. There's no respect. And I'm just not talking about here. I'm talking about the whole entire world. The whole entire world's getting all fucked up. But it's the lack of parenting. Nobody teaches their kids respect, or, you know, anything. It's just like, do what you got to do to survive. Yeah, well, You don't trespass, you know. So it's a huge amount of disrespect for me, you know. And like I keep saying, these people want me to get out. Well, I'm not going to get out with your kind, because all you're going to do is stab me in the back, and you disrespect my land. So how can I do that? You know, I can't. I'm not raised to be. I'm not raised that way. You know. I'm a very rare breed. Nobody has a backbone anymore. Nobody here does. I think I'm the only one in this whole entire fucking area that has a backbone and that's willing to use it. Because the parents refused to teach their kids how to have a backbone. You know. You wouldn't like it if you know, I came all over your land. See, the thing is, this land right here, I know it ain't pretty. There's nothing here. You know, it just looks like crap. But it's my home. You know, it's still my home. You know. What would you do if I came over to your home and trashed it? You know, think about it. You know, it's a huge amount of disrespect towards me, my land, and, you know, my family. So, I don't know. It's just, you guys don't like the word no, but, you know, accept it, deal with it. Suck it up, buttercup. You know, you wouldn't like it if I came onto your land. I know that. Nobody would like that, and I don't like that. So respect that. Stay off. You want a snowcat on top of the dike? Have at it. I don't fucking care. Don't go dipping into my land just to piss me off. You want to ride on the side of the dike? Do that too. Just don't go into the ditch. Once you get past this ditch here, that's our land. Half of that ditch is even ours. You know? So, stay on the dike. You want to ride on the side of the dike? Have at it. I don't fucking care. Just don't go into my field. You know? Like I said, if I went and did that to your land, I bet you if you motherfuckers had farmland and I had a snowcat, like, if the tables were turned, that's what I'm saying. If I was doing what you were doing, you'd be coming after me with a shotgun. You'd be calling the cops. You'd be doing everything in your power to get me in trouble. You know. So, I mean, it's just ridiculous. You know, the world that we are, you know, when I'm dead and gone, I would hate to see what happens to my land and to the rest of the world. Because we are going downhill so fucking fast. And then, you know, and then these kids that are my age, that are harassing and bullying me, you know that they probably have a wife and most likely have kids of their own already. Mind you, their kids are probably still fairly young, but, you know, they could be up there too. But the parents that are my age are not even teaching their kids how to have respect. You're just teaching them how to go out and be an asshole. That's what's wrong with this fucking world, is that the parents are not held responsible for their mistakes in life. You know. So, I'm not going to raise my kids to be like that. You know, they're going to have respect for other people's stuff. You know. So, even though these people don't like us and I don't like them, but I'm still going to have kids and I'm still going to teach them to stay off other people's land, you know. It's just, that's how it works. I'm not going to teach my kids to be assholes. The only time they can be an asshole is when they're on your land. You know, if they're trespassing. So you come onto my land and, you know, and my kids are running it someday. Yeah, they're gonna chew you a new asshole. That's what they're gonna do. But, you know, yeah, it's a lack of brain cells because the parents are not, you know, their parents never taught them anything. And that's why this world's gone to shit. Because it's just lazy parenting. You know, it's sad because nobody wants to put in the effort. I get that raising kids is hard. I don't have kids, but my sister does. You know, and I know people that have kids. You can look it up on YouTube too, you know. It's like, yeah, it's hard having to raise these kids. But you got to start from the moment they're born. You got to start teaching them stuff. You know, I mean, it's natural for every parent to teach their kid how to walk, say their first words, you know, the typical stuff. But then when they get to a certain age where they want to maybe start getting into trouble with homeowners or the cops or whatever, businesses, that's when you should be having the talk. You know, I mean, when you watch, I mean, people should watch that well, it's not old, they're coming back, I guess, tonight, I think. Yellowstone. It's kind of like a Western cowboy kind of TV show. Well, I've been getting into it because they've been on for like a little over 5 years now, I guess, something like that. I'm just getting into it now. But, you know, you listen to some of the sayings that they say on there, you know, it's true.
You have no future, none, beyond this place. And if you don't find a way to get her trust back, you're not going to have this either. And then your life is, well, it's like your father's life. And you know how that ended. There's two roads in life. One is you're winning or learning, and the other is that you're losing all the way to the fucking grave. Boy, you better choose quickly, or life's gonna choose it for you.
All everybody wants to do is fight, sue, trespass, damage property. You know, that's what's going on. Because they're not being raised right, they're not being taught anything right. They're, you know, I mean, it's just ridiculous. That's all it is. It's just fighting and suing. It's just like, you know, grow the fuck up. Mind your own damn business. Do what you got to do to survive in this world. But it doesn't mean coming onto somebody else's land to trespass. If you want to come on this land, then you got to get permission by me. Now, most likely I'm going to turn you down. But, I mean, like a few years ago, there was people over there hunting. They shot a deer, and it came over to our side. Well, the girl, she actually runs that grocery store over there on North Dakota side. She called mother up because she didn't have my phone number. She had mother's phone number for some reason, and called her and said, "Hey, we had a deer run over to your side of the land. Can we come and get it? We don't want it to go to waste." You know, that's respect. You know, and of course we're not going to let a deer go to waste no matter what. But it's just, you know, they called to let us know and to ask us, hey, there's a deer that escaped from us. It's shot, it's wounded, it's on your land. Can we go and get it? Can we go find it? Okay. You know, well, we said okay. One, because we don't want a deer to go to waste, because it can feed people, you know. Even though they're probably going to eat it themselves, but that's still the point of it. You're still feeding somebody, so you don't want it to go to waste. And they called. So there is some respect there on that level, but that's only towards that girl. The rest of it, there is none. You know, especially when you come and trespass and do that. So, but I mean, just say the fuck off. I don't get how it's so bloody hard. I get it. It's just a little corner, but it's still private property. You blew right past my sign. You knew it was there. It's been there for like 4 years now. There was one there many years ago, but then it disappeared, and I didn't put one back up until just, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. So, you know, but it's back up there now. But I mean, there's signs all over the place, and well, again, people don't care. They see our last name on there, and they're like, "Fuck you." I don't know why our last name is getting trashed so hard from these people. I don't get it. But then it's just the way it's always kind of been ever since then. And then I started fighting back because of the trespassing. And then it blew up even more. And then they harassed me for literally like 10 years. Driving past my house, throwing stuff in my yard, throwing fireworks at my yard, sicking their dogs on my cats. Like, that's some real respect. Yeah, that's. If you think you're going to heaven because of that, you're not. You're going straight to hell. I don't get it how these people think, because they go to church, most of them anyway. I don't think all of them do, but most of them, some of them probably do. And they go to church on Sunday, do what they got to do. They drink the rest of the week. They harass and bully people, and then they go back to church and pretend it never happened. It's like, yeah, well, if God is real and he sees that, he's gonna fucking light you up. That's just the problem. Apparently you guys don't actually read the Bible. You know, now, did I actually read the Bible? No, but I do know quite a bit of stuff from it. You know, it's like, I've seen phrases here and there, you know, I've heard about them and stuff like that. I just know. So, I'm pretty sure in the Bible it says not to bully and harass people and drink and do drugs and shit like that. But yeah, yeah, here you fuckers are doing all that. You know. And I don't drink and I don't smoke and I don't, you know. I just live my life and I defend my land. You know. So, but I don't know. It's outrageous to think that these people think that they're doing no wrong, but yet here they are doing everything wrong. You know. Trespassing, okay, it's not that big of a deal. It kind of is, because it's still my property. That little bit that you're driving on is still my property. So, but I guess, you know, see, that's kind of thing too. When you drink and you do drugs, mostly drugs, and you do it on a hardcore level, you're killing brain cells, which explains this. But what they don't understand is they're never going to get those brain cells back. Once you kill brain cells, they're dead forever. You can never get them back. End of it. They're never coming back. People think that they're coming back, but they don't. So, you might want to think about that. I'm a slow learner myself, but I'm not going to make it worse by drinking and doing drugs. I need all the brain cells that I got now. I can't afford to lose any more. So, but even if I wasn't even a slow learner, I would still never touch the shit, because, you know, it just fucks you up mentally. So, and you can't get shit done in life because you're fucking drunk all freaking day. So, or you've done drugs and you're high as a kite. Well, you're never gonna get anywhere in life. I didn't know that being a bully and shit like that actually came with rewards. You're not gonna get a trophy when you go to heaven. You're going straight to hell, and the devil's gonna rip you an asshole. Okay. So, do I believe in God? No, I don't. But I know a damn enough to, you know, that for those that do, but yet still think that it's funny. Yeah, you ain't gonna find it funny when you do think that you're going to heaven, but really you're going to hell for what you did. So, karma's a bitch. If you think I'm bad enough, well, you might want to think about it when you finally get to meet the devil, you know. So, but, you know, that's how you were raised. You know, your parents did a shitty job. At least my mom raised us right, you know. And my grandma raised mother right, and so on. You know, it went down the line, and it's going to continue to go down the line. Am I going to church? No, because I don't believe in God. I don't, you know, it's not my cup of tea. Did I go to church when I was a kid? Yeah, but that's because I was forced to. You know, I didn't want to go. I didn't care about it, you know. So, you can take it however you want. You can go twist it to your version of whatever the fuck it is, but this is the raw version. So, but yeah, you know, it's just, it is what it is. So, it's an unfortunate thing that, you know, we live in a world where people are retarded. You know, do I claim to know everything? Well, no, but I know enough to, you know, to not piss people off. I'm not going to go trespass on their land without permission. You know, I'm not going to damage their property. And if I do, I am going to fix it, you know. My property's been damaged I don't know how many fucking times over the years. Nobody fixed it. Mother Nature fixed it for the most part, but it really should have been done by the person that did the damage. And that was another reason why we stopped the trespassing and we were going so hard on it, because people were coming in this field even when the field was wet, putting ruts in it, and then when the old timer was cutting, it was beating the piss out of his equipment and he was getting frustrated at it. So then that's when I decided that, you know what, enough is enough. The old timer has enough crap going on in his life. His equipment is getting wore out, you know, and it breaks down all the time. Roughness just makes it all the worse. So we started putting our foot down, and you know, that's what did it. So, because I was getting sick and tired of listening to the old timer gripe all the freaking time, you know. So, but I mean, in the wintertime, they're not really doing it. They're not hurting anything because they're on snow, but it's still trespassing. That's what people don't understand, is that you're still trespassing. You know, that's basically the bottom line of this is, you know, you're trespassing and you don't need to be there. This is not your land. I don't fucking care if it's just a little corner or the whole fucking thing. You touch a corner of my property, it's trespassing. And another thing too is that when they were getting pissed off, they were ripping my signs down all the time because they were fucking butthurt. Well, suck it up, Buttercup. Man up and just take it. You know, it's like I'm holding a gun to them, you know, saying stay the fuck off. You know, it's ridiculous. It's that's how they're seeing it. It's like they're being forced to stay off. Well, you are. But I'm not holding a gun to your head. I'm just fucking telling you to stay the hell off with my voice. But they don't like the word no, and that's what's so sad, because they lack those type of brain cells to process that in their brain. When they hear that word no, it just sounds like mumbling to them. You know, they don't know what to make of that word. They just want to do whatever the fuck they want, and it's, you know, it's an unfortunate thing, but you know, what are you gonna fucking do? So the world that we live in today is just, it's, you know, it's sad. Nobody wants to respect anybody's land anymore. But maybe they should start, you know. So it's an unfortunate thing. Yeah, I guess I should have kicked my 4-wheel drive on, which I guess I can still do. I could back down here, but I don't want that. We'll do 4 high, I guess, because I'm not pulling a load behind me or anything stupid like that. So, but yeah, so like I said, it's an unfortunate thing that we live in a world that nobody can respect anybody's shit anymore. So, you know, but yeah, if I did that, you guys would be coming after me. You'd be threatening my life. My life has already been threatened once, because they thought that trail was state, when it was not. It was private. So it's good to know that my life is threatened all the time, and they're just disrespecting my property. So, but I guess it is what it is. So anyways, guys, I'm going to take off. I got a couple of gaming cameras I want to check, and then I got to see what the Red Fatty is doing. I call her Red Fatty, but that's not really her name. Since she had LL stamped on her ear tag, my uncle thought we should call her Lucky Lucy, but that's not really her name either. So, but I don't know. Anyways, guys, I guess that's just a little bit of a rant. I got some things I want to do and whatever else. But yeah, that's the kind of world we live in. Got to trespass and not give a fuck. Well, if I did it, I'd be getting my head blown off. I can guarantee it. So, but yeah, anyways, guys, I'm gonna take off. So I guess I have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.